Congratulations on your Scorpion e-bike purchase! Assembling your new bike is fairly simple and should take less than 30 minutes. Start by checking the outer box to ensure there isn't any shipping damage. Open the bike box and remove the foam padding from on top of the bike. Carefully remove the parts accessory box and front wheel. The parts accessory box will include a 15mm wrench, one tri-Allen wrench, one tri-socket wrench, a right and left pedal, the battery charger, and the front axle. You will also need a pair of scissors or flat side cutters to complete your bike assembly, and a bike pump to add air to the tires if needed. Carefully lift the bike out of the box, holding on to the rear rack and the front fork. Place the bike on the ground, resting it on the fork saver and rear wheel. Carefully check the bike for any shipping damage. Remove the packaging material from around the bike, but do not yet remove the headlight cover. To install the front wheel, use the 15mm wrench and the 15mm side of the tri-socket wrench to remove the fork saver. Locate the axle in the parts accessory box and then remove the nut, washer, and spacer from the side with the smallest spacer. Insert the axle on the drive side of the front wheel. Without touching the rotor, place the spacer, washer, and nut on the other side of the axle. Remove the brake pad spacer from the front brake pads. Insert the wheel into the dropouts, making sure the spacers are inside the dropouts and the washers and nuts are on the outside. The rotor should slide in between the brake pads and the axle should go into the dropouts fully. Start tightening the nuts at the same time for a few turns by hand. Then use both 15mm wrenches to fully tighten the nuts. Once the wheel is fully installed, put the kickstand down. To install the handlebars, locate the tri-tool in the parts accessory box. Use the 4mm Allen side to loosen the stem bolts on the front of the plate. Remove the front plate and bolts. Position the handlebars upright so that the brake levers face forward and the LCD screen is on the right side. Be sure to center the handlebars over the fork. Place the front plate and stem bolts on the front of the handlebars. Start to equally tighten bolts by hand so that the plate stays in place. Then use the 4mm side of the tri-tool to completely tighten the bolts evenly. Make sure the gap between the faceplate and stem is evenly spaced. To install the pedals, locate both the right and left pedals in the parts accessory box and find the 15mm wrench. The left pedal will have the letter L on it and the right pedal will have R. Make sure you use the correct pedal on the correct side. They are not interchangeable. Insert the right pedal on the rider's right side of the bike and turn it clockwise until it's snug. On the rider's left side of the bike, insert the left pedal and tighten it counterclockwise. At this point, the pedals are not fully installed. Use the 15mm wrench to fully tighten each pedal. It's critical that the pedals be tightened firmly in the crank arm to prevent the pedals from loosening while riding, which will result in significant damage to the bike. Be sure to check the tire pressure and add air to the tires if needed. Before riding, double-check that all parts and bolts are secure on the bike. Also check that the battery is fully locked into the frame. Then press the power button. Turn the LCD on by holding the power button on the back of the display. You're all set to ride faster and farther on your new Scorpion e-bike from Juiced.